lot of work.
And there's layers to this because Kuz is one of the best Viegos we've had in the LCK. BDD earlier this year had the best Syndra play that I've ever seen, hit a 4-man scatter, and he will be locking it in here.
BDD Syndra. Now, this is also, a scaling champion now.
It did feel like KT was able to, again, settle these early gold leads as Kuz maybe doing some poking, but I don't think an actual contest is in the works here.
As long as he has his passive up,
Peter is.
He's not too worried. Hex Drake down. BDD waiting in the darkness. Multi-man! The CC layering is there. Doctem on the way in, but he's only level 4. Owner now running for his life. Forced to flash away. Ulti comes out from Faker. He doesn't have a lot of mana left. The Dark Sphere hitting, slowing Faker down. The chase coming through, but they really don't have what they need. Ulti there, his power unleashed. The weak scattered, and first blood for KT.
BDD has an inside route and access to the alligator, though.
That's a Mundo with red buff. Doran.
Yeah, Syndra's coming.
Doran.
He's just dead.
You only have one piece of CC.
Cornered.
Yeah, that doesn't work on him. He's going where he pleases. Doran, I think this might not have been what you wanted. BDD on the way, hoping to get this donated. Doran, I think.
Well, he's stalling.
Barnott might be in the game, but this is certainly a magical journey for Doran as
Trying for the execute. It's all he can do, but not going to happen.
Well,
Because is there, and Mundo
that's a hard
to
steal.
be unbothered.
Continuing to do
That's a
decent
lot of
damage.
damage.
Infernal, good damage as well. Lock up there, but Owner going unstoppable. Peter caught out for a brief moment, immediately going to be forced to ult. That's the Unbreakable. The flash, it doesn't connect. The Q doing absolutely nothing means T1 are able to walk away. A bit of a fumble from Peter, but it doesn't cost KT much yet. Gumayushi standing on the backside, ready to transcend if he needs to. Doctem going all in to try to stop him from getting his fight. Owner on the way in, looking for the reset to keep the fights going. BDD going over, wants to kill Owner, but Owner lives for an extra second. The stun to turn it back. Owner taking over BDD, but the stun does not connect, and Peter's now running. Kuz locked down in the meantime. Perfect is finally here, but it might not matter. Reset on the ulti from Owner means he gets to back away, but the health bars are low across all of T1. KT, this is an insane gamble. Objective, lower and lower, and Kuz gonna take it unstoppable for Perfect. Gets a bit more space. Carrier still living. Doctem on the way in, and Guma set the fall. Down goes the 80 carry. Doctem on the way out, the TP in. Fish in a barrel, and it's time for KT to start free firing. T1 thought they had the edge, but in the end, it's KT who take the Drake and the play.
Second professional Mundo game.
Yeah, on track, looking good. And I gotta say, Owner, he gets the Kraken Slayer. Uh-oh, Gumayushi has not decided to ult. Doctem might be in trouble here. Knockup does not connect. Peter trying to get a bit more space, and Kuz is on the way in. All of T1 forced to retreat. Maximum dosage popped just to get him in range as BDD then is now collapsing on the side lane. Multiple pieces of CC stun. Initial lockup into Owner is decent. BDD trying to turn back. Sidestep does not work. Owner taking the kill.
One of the hardest
If
parts.
they do opt to contest.
Oh, there's the TP. There's the flank.
TP from behind. Flashing forward. Carry's going to find the knock on the Doctor, but Peter beautifully stopping the initial engage. Doran from behind, though, more than enough to knock down that 80 carry. KT running.
Huge TP flank. What? It turns into more.
Peter flash out. Reset from Owner. Unstoppable for a moment. Owner setting up for the angle, but he's not going to overcommit.
Just a good play. Nice flank there from T1, but then Peter stepping forward and Cousin BDD trying to look for a kill on the opposite.
It gets scary. And unlike the Sivir, this is a champion that I think has the mobility, the tools to really start taking over. You can see he's already getting the confidence to just step right up into Doctom's face, even in the face of that Trinity Force.
And Dragon is going to be picked up here by KT. Camtech definitely high value, but you do give up the topside turret. This gold lead for T1 getting larger and larger as Carrier not sitting on
Peter,
Smite.
Hex Flash, Pulverize, knocks Carrier back over the wall, and here comes Doctom. Down goes Carrier. A little bonus kill on top of the Drake, certainly nice on the scatter of the week. QE not gonna work. The Cleaver certainly hitting like a truck. Doran very likely to just have to concede this tower. So KT get the Drake, they get a kill. The Redemption now used as well, and it's on Doran to instantly delete this wave. It's working out well so far, but can he keep his life? TP's coming in from the side of T1, but it's just Faker and Guma off to the side. They don't have the tools to keep the fight going. Scatter to clear out the rest of the wave. It'll be a chunk of damage, but the tier 1 will not drop.
Nicely done by KT to parlay that pick into an extra kill.
T1 happy to have the poke chipping away at that health bar.
Oh, they're pincering them.
KT losing control of that Tri-Brush is big. Scatter going wide, also massive. It's a huge cooldown. At this point in the game, Perfect over the wall with the blast cone, knocks back Guma, Redemption going down, Cuz holding on to the maximum dosage as long as he can, but it's Faker off to the side, not too isolated, 5K on the Drake, getting lower, eyes on Peter, the Alistair to make the play as Faker tries to zone away, KT, it's Peter in the clutch, scattered to fall, but the fall of damage is not there, exhausted is Faker, and Carrier tries to turn it back, but he's all by his lonesome, Doran cannot get into the back line, KT managed to find the initial kill as Perfect starts to pop off, Guma missing completely, they get the Drake, but it might cost T1 everything.
He flushes into the wall, and that might be the Otacon going over to KT.
Cuz continuing to go where he damn well pleases. T1 forced back. The tier 1 tower starting to fall. Otacon already getting started by the remaining members of T1.
Critical that T1 made split calls here. Look, they don't have Viego
The
damage.
fog of war, whether it's Renekton or Sion, the lesson has been learned as Cuz has been caught out. Initial CC is good. Cuz getting bursted through with the flash over the wall keeps him standing. Peter trying to zone away. Ulti from Guma means they want to keep this fight going. Good scatter, but doesn't quite connect on Gumayushi. Critically, he's able to just free fire. KT forced backwards, but Faker now half HP.
And Peter, what a psychopath. He went in instead. A lot of damage to come down, and KT, they're looking for the chase.
Cuz connecting the cleaver, still has access to the maximum dosage, zoning all of T1 away. Faker just barely able to make it out. TP is his. He can get back to this fight if KT try to force the Baron.
Flip it. Faker can TP back in. A lot of cooldowns are gone, though. Look at the ultimates that aren't available for T1.
They have to be careful of moving into the choke, and they know it. Owner trying to approach from another side. The potential for BDD to line up a multi-man scatter for it to end the fight in a blink of an eye is massive, but once again, it's the flank that they're looking for. But it's Doran caught out! BDD unleashing his power. Cuz using the maximum dosage as KG start to push into Gumayushi. He's ultless, he's helpless, there's nothing he can do! Mundo pushing further and further into T1's back line.
KT are doing it! The stun from BDD right onto Renekton as he's trying to go through the wall. BDD stuns him as he dashes, and the reward might be Baron.
There is still the opportunity for a steal. Owner's there. He doesn't have his ultimate though. Flash about to come up. If they don't steal this, KT might set up for a soul point as well.
Teleport.
Coming in from BDD, well called. Potential 50-50. The Mundo damage.
Owner.
The auto carrier trying to zone. Peter on the way and wants to knock them out of the fight. The objective getting lower and lower, but off T1! Deleted! In the blink of an eye, KT take everything!
And then they know to start up the Baron, draw T1 to them. The desperate play from T1. They flash in, they try and burst down Doctam, but the peel is there. Doctam does not fall. And KT, they've got Baron, they've got a 4,000 with Doctam, Peter, and Perfect all being subbed out at various different times of the year for them to work back to this point. Inspirational stuff. KT, can they do it?
We saw it in the previous game. T1 was almost able to find their way back. Kuma doesn't have a third item yet though. That execution is not quite there. And trying to play a pick comp from behind is known to be an exercise in futility. Look at Perfect, he's not afraid.
T1 have to be careful. A single scatter connects and it all could fall apart.
Cuz is almost level 16 here.
Seal, slow and steady as this bot lane inhib certain to fall. You see T1 as well, they're accepting it. Doran maybe trying to trade an inner and top. Cuz just getting a crab for his efforts as now the free item spikes have been hit for Faker, for Owner, and for Guma.
Peter, KT waiting off to the side. T1 see an opportunity. Doran continuing to push in the top lane. T1 want to just keep KT around.
Plus this outer tower as well. So a little bit of gold back in their favor, but KT
Found themselves in deficits in a game like this. It was the three of us. JDG looked like they had them on the ropes, and they found the comeback as the TP comes in.
TP from behind, they want to catch out Perfect. Perfect can try and use Doran as an escape route. Carrier has to be careful, but Pathmaker already used means that Perfect is in trouble. Q3 back through, using Carrier now to escape. Perfect on his way out. It's not the Rek'Sai, but once again, it feels like he's going to escape. All of KT looking to collapse. Eyes on Faker and Doran as Perfect flashes out to safety. That's the ulti used by Guma. KT pulling back, keeping Perfect alive. Doran wants to make the difference. Cuz goes in! T1 making it happen. Guma fails the flash. It stops the fight from going through. Doran getting whittled down. And in the end, it's Cuz again who refuses to drop. Peter with the CC. I cannot believe it. KT holding on as T1 in the end might finally get to the moon. No!
Who comes out ahead? The scrap Faker trying to chase down the extra kill, but so is Cuz.
I think the time has worked out better for KT here. Look, the jungler for KT is up because he is unbothered. He's about to secure them. That Camtech soul.
Left up. Doctum finishes off of Doran, but then Faker is able to get the shutdown.
But it's the deficit that they're in that makes that close. In a normal situation, that catch.
T1 can't afford to let this get away from them. Peter just using the Hex Flash as all of T1 start to move in. Double Randuins to slow the approach of T1 if they need. It might come down to the 50-50. Peter trying to spot Owner to force him out of the pit. No smite for either support, even with the spellbook, as T1 getting forced backwards. Maximum dosage still there for Cuz, crucially. Picks up the canister. Guma really starting to hurt, but it's not enough damage.
Sterix is there. T1 taking a little bit too much poke. We'll see if KT actually want to pull the trigger on this or set up a bait. Eventually, T1's going to run out of the resources, but they do know with that ward.
Bot wave pushing in the favor of KT. Crucially, if T1 take a fight and lose, KT will immediately end the game. T1, the pressure point is on them. KT have baited them into the trap. Peter from the darkness, finding Doran, but not the ideal carry as Guma and Faker are still untouched for now. Gravity field to lock them up. Maximum dosage. Cuz getting lower, but still living. The Mundo refusing to die, and Guma Yuchi drops. KT taking it across the finish line. Faker forced back. The bot lane open. The TP there for BDD. KT moving to match point.
The KT Rolster coaster keeps going up and up.
We're still not done. KT about to go up match point in the telecom war in the world's final.
A story at this tournament